Right, guys. So, this is some of the stuff which will be covered in the level 2 piano course. First of all, there'll be a lot of revision which needs to be done, especially for chord inversions. So, stuff like basically playing all the chords more and more comfortably. And apart from doing inversions, we'll also look at chord playing in two hands. So obviously both the hands should not play the chord in the same way, like full chords. You can do arpeggios in one, you can do chords in the other. Or maybe two arpeggios at different speeds. And also, while playing in the right hand, you can bring out the melody line a lot better by using the harmony and stacking the melody line on top. Apart from that, a few left hand techniques from different genres. We have done blues and a little bit of rock and roll in level 1, but in level 2 we'll try to take this to the next level, like a few spread techniques, like a lot for the left hand, and also some grooving techniques to improve the octave playing. And also developing independence so that your right hand can play a pattern while the left hand can play a constant groove, or vice versa. And then a few octave techniques in the right hand to make the melody sound a lot more bigger. While I'm doing this, there's also a lot of need to use the pedal well, the sustain pedal, which we'll talk about in great detail. And also ways to articulate some notes better, like slurs. And we'll also try to look a bit into reading. We have a book which we'll follow. We may also follow some other stuff. So yeah, you have classical songs like Ode to Joy with my arrangement. Then there is some other pop songs, and then some stuff which I have written, including a very cool rock and roll song at the end. Right? So there's reading, and apart from that, there'll also be some finger exercises to improve your crossing over, to improve your speed and scale knowledge as well. So stuff like maybe stuff like that, which can train a lot of things, your independence and also the strength in each finger. These exercises will give you control over every finger possible. And we'll also look at different genres of music, a lot of things which I play and continue to play with a lot of bands. There's funk, where you have to do a lot with your bass. Right? And maybe some folk music. And also stuff to help you build up your solo piano chops, like mm, if you had to arrange a song on your own for piano, we can definitely discuss that. Of course, there may have to be a lot of revision along the way, because if you don't know your scales and if you don't know your chords, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to grasp stuff. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how much more revision and how many things you are completely done and dusted with from L1 before we get into L2. And then what else? Yeah, genres, and also I'll teach you how to improvise a few scales which you may not have learned. We'll also look more into applying the different modes of music, the Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, and all of that. And we'll also look at extended harmony, not just 3-note harmony. We'll start with 4-note harmony using 7th chords, which can help us play more sophisticated stuff. And apart from reading and all that I mentioned in the piano part, apart from that, it's just going to be a continuation from level 1. There'll still be the concerts, there'll still be song learning classes as usual, and it's just going to get a little bit more intermediate from wherever you are. And the classes will be a lot more result driven. There'll be an assignment to submit every week, and a lot more goal oriented stuff, like working with a singer, working with a drummer, harmonizing on the fly is something which I focus on a lot in the level 2 course. Of course, you have to work on it, you have to be skilled, you have to do your homework. But if you work hard, harmonizing on the fly, grooving, listening to a drummer and playing will happen. And very important, these are very important skills to be a professional player. Like if a singer were to just sing, so you need to be able to follow them not by playing the melody because they're already doing that. You need to follow them with groove and harmony, and that's a very important job for the piano player, right? And yeah, there'll be a few other things. I will give you the official breakup once you come in for the classes. But in a nutshell, this is pretty much it. A lot of musicianship, real world playing, improvisation. Of course, the technique will continue. Chord inversions is something which we focus on a lot, but we sort of don't call it chord inversions. We then call it chord voicing, because chord inversions is just a small chapter compared to what chord voicing is, right? And I may have forgotten about rhythm, but I am primarily a rhythm player, as most of you will know if you followed my music. So I will talk a lot about rhythm, a lot about groove, and teach you a lot of patterns which you can play for funk, for Latin, for heavy metal, for folk music, for Celtic music, country music, basically all that I know, right? In the time we have left. So, um, level one was great because you got to perform, you got that confidence of supporting and being part of a band. But now you can be a lot more. You can drive the band a lot more, and perhaps also play a melody line on your own, arrange a song completely on your own, stuff like that, right? So that's a small introduction to the level 2 course, and I hope to see you guys there for the very next batch. Cheers.